of Save Mount Vernon as well as concerned citizens. We're here today to address the gun violence in Mount Vernon that is not being addressed by the city officials in City Hall. That's why we're here today, to address it. First speaker is going to be Lauren Raisner, and then Jeff Monroe. And I will speak last. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesse. Today is a historic day. It's the murder of Dr. King, the 55th anniversary. And as I think about the courage that he showed and the backlash that he received from going to the streets to deal with some of the issues that affect our community, it's time. We have more children dying in this city. Yes, you may say it's an epidemic all over, but we're talking about Mount Vernon. We cannot have black-on-black crime here. We cannot have another child, Zaire. This woman lost her child to vicious violence, and we have no answers. So we're here to call out every elected official. Those who are running, those who want to run, because right now, if you don't give us a plan, we don't want to hear talk anymore. Because that child could be my nephew. That child could be your son, your daughter. It could be next. It could be walking down the street. It doesn't matter, Fleetwood, because it could be us over there too. And I thank God that you're here, because Fleetwood is part of Mount Vernon too. And we want you to know that any kid that dies, it could be any one of our children. So enough is enough. We are not going to stop until there is a comprehensive plan against this violence. These young men are killing each other, and we have no plan. And whether the plan is tonight, that plan has not been released to us yet. And we're not going to wait anymore. And Dr. King said in his speech, they talked about it's only a few of us. And Dr. King said a few men will do good in this world. Only a few men. And it's a few women and a few men that are going to turn this town in the next direction. Those of you can be bored. We're not bored when a man dies. When a child 14 years old, 15-year-old dies, I'm not bored. I don't have to be out here, but I'm going to be out here. And I'm going to ask the people that are running that if you don't come up with a plan and you don't tell us, whoever it is that's running now, if you can't come to the community with a comprehensive plan of how you're dealing with gun violence, then you will not be in office. You will not be voted for. Don't come to us with talk. It's not going to be talk anymore. I don't care who's running. No more talk. Unveil the comprehensive plan to deal with these kids. We presented a plan. Save Mount Vernon presented a plan. I won't give you what the answers were, but we presented a plan. We tried to get Newburgh down here that has issues with gun violence. We're calling for every county that looks like us, Peekskill, Newburgh, all the other counties come together at the table. We are going to have a new, what they call, stakeholders meeting 2. Because we had one, and now we're calling out every elected official. We know this is a landmark place, and I'm sorry to take up time, but I'm going to say it. There was an elected official that came here during the election. It was big out here. And he was the county leader out here. But where is he now? Don't come to our community during election time. Come back to us. We need Mimi Roca. We need every law enforcement agency on this ground to fight against gun violence. It's not a political issue. It is a people's issue. who are up here, we need you to help us. We need you to mobilize, and we need the streets to be filled. But we are here on your behalf, brothers and sisters. And we know the fear that you have. But I'm not. As Dr. King said, he wasn't in fear. He marched and did what he had to do. Whatever the retribution was and is, I can take it and we can take it. So I say to our community, come together. Madam Mayor, you're running again. And we hope that you come back with a comprehensive plan to deal with this gun violence. And we're asking every elected official who's running, not running, to do the same thing. So we can move this community where we can't keep going to this lady's daughter's funeral, my other colleague's funeral of their child. Enough is enough.
Thank you, Laura. Appreciate it. Kind words. Like I said, we here. Save Mount Vernon keeps it real. We don't, it's not personal with us. We speak. We speak the truth. What people don't want to hear. So you will hear it today. Jeff Monroe.
Thank you, Jesse. And thank you, Laura. And I really want to express my appreciation for the community coming out and supporting. I want to express my appreciation to Jesse, Lauren, and all the people, Nas, and just so many people that appreciate the work that Jesse does. And I want to show my support by continuing to speak systemically and consistently to these issues that, frankly, Sister Lauren has kind of opened the door to, because I intended on speaking today to the 55th anniversary of that Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination. Now, it's relevant because, first of all, other than what Lauren has already spoken to, the fact that Dr. King spoke effectively and consistently over the course of his leadership into the last year of his life against what he understood to be a corrupt, wicked system of violence, war, poverty, and exploitation. The retribution that he served was not just a bullet in the neck. In the last year of his life, Dr. King spoke to an anti-war initiative that cost him the popularity of his very so-called alliances and fellowship in and around the United States. From the President of the United States on down, Dr. King spoke against people who formerly claimed to be supporting him because he was anti-war, he was anti-poverty, and frankly anti-capitalist. He spoke to issues that were systemic in nature and caused the actual problems that he was fighting against in terms of segregation, voting rights, etc. He saw the lack of distribution of wealth. He saw the innate racist nature of a capitalist colonial United States. He also paid the price for what he was initially advised against, is speaking to what was a local issue in Memphis, Tennessee. He saw the workers, the labor strike of the sanitation workers in Memphis, Tennessee, as an issue of a local relevance, because it wasn't just about voting rights, it wasn't just anti-war. He spoke to the relevance of dealing with labor rights, labor issues, ownership of self-determined community control of resources, including labor. And that's something that Mount Vernon needs to remember. We can fight against gun violence, and violence in particular. We need to remember that with this community, like any other community, especially urban communities, black communities in the United States do not have their own self-determined control of their own resources, leadership, or even their own plans and their own outlook in terms of what we should plan for our children, plan for ourselves, plan for our families. This is what Mount Vernon needs. We have good leaders, we have brilliant leaders and people in place that frankly don't listen to us because they listen to their donors, they listen to the people that put them in power. Their votes do not put them in power. Our votes, we wish put them in power. But in Mount Vernon, you can barely get 2,000 or 3,000 people to vote for any one person. It's with a city of 70,000, 80,000 people, you cannot expect that to represent anything close to democracy. So I speak to my neighbors when I say, even before you worry about what you're going to, or who you're going to vote for next, you should be considering that your emotional and your political education is way too determined by the corporate press. The corporate press that is telling you every hour of today that Donald Trump is the biggest problem in this country. If you really believe that, you really are not well educated or informed in this country. As Mark Twain said, if you read the press, you are ill-informed. But if you don't read the press, he said if you don't read the press, if you don't read the press, you are you're misinformed. You're ill-informed, I'm sorry, but if you read the press, you're misinformed. Whether the one or the other is bad is not the issue. The question is, are you going to continue to be in that case, in that situation? And we need to really be able to save each other from our conditions here in this community. We are going to save us. Save Mount Vernon is a call to our neighbors. It's a clarion call to those of us with the power. The power is in the people, not just in your vote. The power is in your collaborative efforts to work with your neighbors, work with your political power, your leadership if you want to, but they will get nothing done unless they see you working with your neighbors to get what needs to be done. Okay, so I'm going to speak to that today. I want to leave that for us to marinate on. Obviously, we need to deal with gun violence and every other kind of violence that our children are susceptible to. Our children are susceptible to even worse in their classrooms every day. They literally learn about everything in the world except the actual world they live in. They learn about every other curricula and every other aspect of the world that doesn't deal with their actual realities, especially black children. Black children should not just be learning about so-called American history. They should be learning about the history of colonial capitalism that brought their ancestors to this country and this hemisphere. So that's something that if we're not talking about it, we're wasting time, we're wasting a lot of energy. So I want to encourage us, I want to encourage Jesse and our families to continue fighting, and thank you very much. One love.
Thank you, Jeff. Next speaker is going to be A.J. Woodson, Black Westchester.
Hello. I'm usually on that side of things. Today, I am the editor-in-chief of Black Westchester, but I'm not here representing Black Westchester today. I'm also the newly appointed second vice president of the Mount Vernon branch of the NAACP and the chair of criminal justice reform. But most importantly, I am a resident that was a block away from here. And that's what I want to speak to. In the last couple of years, there has been too much damn violence around here. Right here in front of the health center a couple of weeks ago, on the corner of 5th Street and 7th Avenue, on the corner of 5th Street and 8th Avenue, all up and down 8th Avenue. There have been too many, not even all gun violence. A couple of years ago, a young man was stabbed in the neck to death on the corner of 5th Street and 8th Avenue. I'm speaking to those that are in charge of our public safety, because I personally do not feel safe. And I understand they can't do it all by themselves. I'm also speaking to the residents. We have to get involved to combat this senseless gun violence. And we should not wait for it to hit our doorstep for us to be involved. Again, I'm usually on that side. I don't speak. But I'm speaking because I am a resident here, and I don't feel safe. For the first time, I don't go to the store after dark. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't go to the store after dark because there's too many people getting killed. There's too much guns going on. If I ain't get it before it got dark, I just don't get it till the next day. And that's a damn shame. And I ain't never lived like that. And the whole time I lived in Mount Vernon, I ain't never been scared to go to the store. But right now, I don't feel safe, and I wanted to speak to that. And I wanted to speak to that as a resident who lives here, who lives a block away on South 7th Avenue. There is too much damn senseless gun violence, senseless violence, not even all gun violence, in this city. And it's going to take all of us to do something about it. So I am speaking to our current elected officials, definitely, but I'm also speaking to our residents and our stakeholders. We have to get involved in this fight too. There's a part for everybody to play. And like I said, I don't speak. That's why I'm here speaking today. I'm doing my part. That's it. Goodbye.
Thank you, A.J. Woodson, Black Westchester. Next speaker is Nazareth Duncan.
Hello, my name is Nazarene Duncan. I have spoke plenty of times. My son was murdered here in this town 7 years ago. And 7 years ago, I'm still seeing mothers cry. I'm still seeing mothers grieve. When is enough enough? There is not enough here. We can put up the shiny lights and mirrors and say that, this is going good and this is going good. But those mothers, you don't know what we feel inside. We're empty. And I have seen so much shooting since my son and deaths that I'm numb now. I'm numb. I feel nothing. I'm blank inside. But when every time that happens, I was like, nobody out here, and everybody stand around, y'all can come to the vigils and this and that, but you don't know what that parent is feeling for the rest of her life. It's never going to change. And we have to change this. We having policing issues. We're losing police at a massive rate. How is that when we got shootings going on? But yet, you got police giving stings in a non-high traffic area because they don't want to come to this side. That's where they avoid their time bothering people to go to work. But meanwhile, somebody's getting shot, a kid, in broad daylight. So what's more important here? That's the question. What's more important? Is our image more important? Is the things that we do more important? Or the safety of this town and the people more important? My niece was almost killed. Her friend was killed. My family been through it, so I have walked this walk with my whole family. My kids almost got killed before my son got killed. So this been going on. And just like I said, at one point I was on the mic getting at the police. Now I'm for y'all. Pay these people. The fire department's got it. This one got it. Pay the people. Happy workers are productive workers. They won't be running out and leaving out. So I'm really confused as to why they're not being paid. Why they the least paid in Westchester County. Enough is enough. We got, something has to change. And I'm telling the people, and I'm glad that you have this here in the hood. Because sitting on City Hall, these people ain't gonna hear that. They're gonna hear what they wanna hear. But now the hood is hearing it. If you're not getting what you want, vote for change. Because enough is enough. I'm to the point, I don't even want to read that this one lost a child. This one lost a child. You lost a child, Sylvia, so you know. That's a pain that nobody will, and you can go and you can have the cloud over them, and when the cloud clears, everybody go on about their business. I don't care about no money, no GoFundMes, no nothing. Give me nothing. That won't replace my child. I miss my child every day. My life is broken. I am putting back pieces, peeling like an onion. Enough is enough. Give these cops what they need. Public safety is super serious. I think that should be at the top of the line. Education should be at the top of the line. Mount Vernon is messed up right now. From the schools to the library. Who has problems in the library? Is there anybody around us that have library problems? No. Come on, we're a hot mess. I hate to go to the car dealership in Largemount. Nazarene, what's going on in Mount Vernon? It's a mess over there. I go to the doctor in Dobbs Ferry. Nazarene, what's going on? It's a mess over there. I'm tired of explaining what I can't explain. Because these people are voting and they're not vetting. Enough is enough. I had enough. I'm quite sure the residents had enough because I hear it. But I also tell them a closed mouth is never going to get fed. Speak up. You are the one that's important. You're the one that can put them in, and you're the one that can take them out. So at the end of the day, if you're not getting what you want, vote them out. And Sean, I'm saying this to you right here. Give these police what they need. Give these police what they need. Because this is not cool that we're losing them at a rapid rate. We're not. Give them what they need. We're the only people that's losing people 10 and 20 a month. Who does that? And I can say it, Master Giorgio is putting it out there. This man went so far to get the message out there, he put up a TikTok. Because I came off Facebook, I'm on TikTok now. And I was like, by any means necessary, if he got to get that message out there, get it out there. And y'all need to listen to him. Because he's telling you the truth. Thank you.
Thank you, Nas. Great speaker. Emotions going to run high. When I speak, watch my emotions because I'm going to bring it to y'all. Jesse doesn't hold nothing back. No words. If there was 100 men like me sitting in Mount Vernon might not be like it is right now. Sylvia Gibbs is the next speaker.
Hello. Good evening. My name is Sylvia Gibbs. I've been here at Mount Vernon. The 28th of this month will be 64 years. I'll be 65. I came here in 1959. This place used to be the farm. This place was nice. All through up and down here on 3rd Street. As many people that was out, it was still nice. We had a lot of things. School was nice. They had things to do in school. They had things to do after school. The place is empty now. It's like 40 years, almost 50 years, a beat up. The place is messed up, streets cracked up, sidewalks cracked up, school board crazy, police station crazy, hospital ain't ours, city hall I don't know. I mean, how did we do this? How did this happen? It don't make sense. To be honest with you, this place actually has things that can help itself. And nobody's doing anything. We got abandoned buildings around here, up and down Sanford Boulevard that could be used. What's the little place that used to be the basketball place? Yeah, and it's gone. We don't even have a movie house here. They have no recreation. They have no outlet. They have no social nothing. They need things to do, places to go. Not in going to somebody else's town and spend their money over there. They can keep their money here. A lot of things need to be done in this place, and I'm mad how we went down and got beat up so fast and so far. It makes no sense. We all still sitting here. We ain't supposed to take no beating like this. Nazarene said everything. With my daughter, the 18th of this month, will be 8 years. She's dead. It's 8 years she's gone. And I got to fly balloons and stuff like that. Other people fly balloons too for their babies. That's not supposed to be a memory for us. Y'all gotta make this place better and stop playing around. I'm trying to talk. Mount Vernon took care of me. I taught here. The babies took care of me. Some of them are out here now. Me and Nazarene work together. Y'all got to do something for this place. And just like this, she said, pay the police, pay them. My niece, pay her. She's a sergeant, pay her. And we need more policemen too. This place has what, over 70,000 people? 100 people here. And they leaving. Where they leaving though? I don't know. They not getting paid. Yo, I'm trying. I'm really trying. You know, I'm really trying to have patience and stuff with you and everything, but it seems like nobody understands nothing until it's like raw dog. And if it's raw dog, then we wrong, but we got your attention. We not wrong. We not wrong at all. All we doing is getting your attention, what we should have had a long time ago.
Thank you, Ms. Gibbs. Next person is Shauna Holmes going to speak, and I'm going to speak last. This is not a political event for any politicians to speak. This is for the community. This is Save Mount Vernon. This is what we're doing.
My name is Shauna Holmes. My son, fortunately, he was shot, but he survived, thank God. But I just feel like when people are shot, they made me feel like my son was the suspect and not the victim. Like it was like he was on trial, whatever, but he was just up there talking to his friends, and he got shot. He had to run, but it feels like he's not getting no help. And the kids, they don't believe in the politics. They don't believe in anything. I talk to the kids. I have young grandkids, 15 and 17, so I talk to their friends. They don't believe in politics. They don't think that anyone cares. What we have to do is we have to care about the kids. We have to show them. We have to show them trades. We have to let them learn their history so they can know where they came from. They came from greatness. They think they came from slavery. They didn't come from slavery. like all they doing is fighting each other. They need to know where they came from. They need programs. That is what the children need. We need to get together and we need to round up the kids and say, what's going on? What do you need? That's what we should do. We need to round up these children and say, what do you need? Because they have a message. They are hurting. Some kids, parents are on drugs, they're alcoholics, they don't care. They need someone who cares. So that's what I feel like we should do with these children, because they are the future. And I'm sorry, I can't speak. But I just want to let you know, we have to please do something with the children. I speak to the kids all the time. They need to know that someone cares. Trades, that's what we need to give them. Everyone has a talent. They all have talents. We have to bring their talents together and let them, they can stop fighting. Everyone, like, and the parents, they need something too. They need parent training. They need something too, because there's a lot of parents that I go to and they're worse than the kids. They're like really worse than the kids. So just please, let's focus on the children. That's what we have to do.
Thank you, Shauna. Save Mount Vernon, this is what we do. It's personal for me today because, I lost my nephew in Yonkers, got shot in the head. For me to go to Yonkers and see him laying on the stairs, it's personal. So when there's a young teenager that gets shot and killed in Mount Vernon, I treat that like my family. I treat it like that's my son. And for the last 3 years, what's been going on? Before that. But I haven't got involved with Save Mount Vernon for the last 2.5 years. So that's why I'm involved now. People say, Jesse, where you been? For 4 or 5 years, I wasn't involved. I was working. I'm retired now. Save Mount Vernon, we address issues in Mount Vernon. Major issues that we don't accomplish. A whole lot. And I'm glad elected officials as well as the police are out here now. So I got a message for everybody. And don't take this personal. I keep it real. Something has to be done. The videos I did this year. 4th Street Park. It was a message. Take it and run with it. 4th Street Park. The mecca of basketball in New York. Look at it. I coach Little League Baseball. You want to keep the kids off the street? Look at the ice hockey. It's a form. If you got a problem, my number's there. Call me. You can call me. In the 3 years, the mayor has failed to clear a plan to combat crime and violence. She has failed to ensure the residents have a well-funded police department, to ensure public safety, which has affected many who lost loved ones, including me. And y'all don't know the feeling until you lose somebody. Go to the hospital and say, he didn't make it. No more vigils. No more releasing damn balloons. Why? Because we accept it. We accept it. And some of the parents got to blame because their sons are walking around and you don't even know where yet. But as far as public safety, we got to keep it real. 85 officers left in 3 years. Why? I want to know why. Highest taxes, lowest paid in Mount Vernon, highest crime rate with Yonkers. Talk about it, Jesse. You tell me why. I'm getting calls when somebody gets shot before the police do. Why? The mayor has segregated potential high taxes for the lack of investment in our city public safety, but failed to follow how other cities in Westchester has maintained their police rosters. 85 officers left in 3 years, 3 Sunday, and a driver. Why? Gun violence is rough. Gun buyback program. The mayor says she doesn't want it because we're going to receive old guns. Well, damn it, old guns kill too. I served time in the Marines. We fix old guns. They kill. New York City did a gun buyback. They increased the card values to $500. Eric Adams was dancing the next day because they received over 750 guns. New York City did it too. They raised the gift cards to $500 and they give over 400 guns off the street. Why we can't do it here? And we got a problem, keep saying 4 square miles. No, Mount Vernon is 2 square miles. Ain't nobody shooting on the north side. Ain't nobody getting shot over there. Why? I done asked you why 5 times already. And why I'm yelling because I'm emotional right now. And I'm going to keep it like that. Sometimes you got to yell to get somebody's attention. I was raised right. I wasn't perfect. I was on the other side of the fence. I lost my mother when I was 15. I still became a man, knowing right from wrong. What if I could save a life right now with another young kid, I'm going to do it. I get 4 calls to talk about, can you come talk to my son? I'm doing it. I don't talk about it, but I do it. What we're doing now, Save Mount Vernon, we're a group. We do Zooms, we talk, we confer, we make decisions. Decisions that most of the loyal people out here to the elected officials don't want to hear. Later on tomorrow, I hear say just we're talking smack. No, I'm not talking smack, I'm talking real. Save Mount Vernon. We are calling for the Westchester County Executive, the DA's office, and the New York State Governor to call a state emergency in Mount Vernon. Our residents are not safe while our mayor is failing her leaders of public safety in Mount Vernon. I'm going to keep it real. Y'all can take that run with it. Don't take it personal. And I don't care who's standing here listening to me right now. You want to save Mount Vernon? Do something about it. That's the only way we're going to work is work together. But the left is not working with the right. Anybody running for office, you better have a plan. Because Save Mount Vernon definitely going to have a debate. And the hard questions are going to come. And stop being loyal. If somebody right in the city, deal with it. Talk about it. My posts have been up all over Mount Vernon for 2 weeks. Where everybody at? But when somebody gets shot, they'll be over there releasing balloons. They'll be doing another damn vigil. All elected officials will be there. Why? You got to implement a plan. Got to be a package. We're here. Save Mount Vernon's here. We address the library, budget education, a whole lot. Elected officials told me they didn't know nothing about none of that stuff. Right? Okay, damn it. The feds is here. And most likely the feds will be in another department in City Hall. I'm going to keep it real. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, and have a nice day. God bless you. Love your kids, protect your kids, hold your kids.
We're out here. This is the message that we have to send to anyone who is listening. Brothers in the hood, those of you who are engaged, the sisters need you. The sisters need you alive. We need you to put these guns down. We have to have a future, my brothers and sisters. We really do.
Yes, we do.
And we're begging you to look at things differently. I read Dr. King and I felt this is what he was talking about. We have to learn to engage without violence. And it came to me this morning. Brothers, sisters who are engaged in our schools and wherever it is, we have to learn to engage without violence. Amen. So we're going to be coming after, we're going to have a conference again. It's called Stakeholders 2. Now we had Stakeholders 1. And we asked the elected officials to come out to support a program from John Jay that talked about dealing with gun violence. May not be perfect, but it was a plan. And you may turn the plan down, but you first have to look at the plan to see if it'll work. You got to go back to your community and say why it didn't work. I would like to ask Newburgh why theirs worked. Why aren't we not asking other jurisdictions where it works? Why can't we get all of these people of all the cities around the table and find out what works? Stakeholders 2. I want everybody at that table to come with a plan as to how we're going to deal with these young people and the gun violence that we have in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank you for all the elected officials, friends, police officers, City of Mount Vernon, residents, concerned citizens, members of Save Mount Vernon. I'm glad you came out and listened to a message. Everybody was heartfelt. Everybody has emotions. For the first time, you see my emotions run deep. Yeah. It ain't going to change. I'm not going to change who I am. I was born in the city. Well, some thought I wasn't. I was born in Mount Vernon Hospital. Well, Mount Vernon Band-Aid. Let's straighten that out. That's what it is right now. It's moving on the rise. It's getting better. But I was born here. I love the city. That's why I address this city. To make it better, you can't be silent. You have to speak. Hold your friends accountable. Family accountable. Doesn't matter who it is. You're doing something wrong, talk to them. That's wrong. I don't be tired of feds being here. Mount Vernon always on the news for bad. Shootings, murders. We're tired. Enough is enough. I'm tired of it. And when you get tired, what you do, move. Come on. We're better than that. And we're not loyal to anybody running for any office here. We're not loyal to anybody that's running for any office here. We ain't doing this for nobody. We're doing it for us. We talk together. Once a week, we on Zoom together. We talk about issues. That's all we can do is bring it to the table. We figure we come here. Out of respect for Zaya, we're not over there. Respect to the family, we're going to do it here. I lived in 241 for years. I know how to rock around here. I know what's going on. I'm here. So this message hopefully gets out to the people in the city of Mount Vernon to come together. There's a lot of male workers here. Most of them know me, where they at. I know they got nephews, cousins, where they at. If you're listening, share the Facebook page. Reach out to one of your family members that may be on the edge of joining a gang. That we may have to release spoons for them or do a vigil. Reach out to them because some parents are scared to reach out and they're asking. If you know somebody, send a message to them. This is Jesse Van Loo. Thank you everybody for coming out. Save Mount Vernon is here to stay. We're going to address issues in Mount Vernon, whether y'all like it or not. Thank you.
I'll see y'all tonight.
You want to give me something real fast?